brothers and sisters. My name is Reverend Aki Ahim, coming to you live from the Mountain of Eagles, where I come to teach, preach, pray, and prophesy to your life about what thus saith the Lord. And I just come to bring you some words that's going to encourage you, that's going to help you, that's going to set you free from a few things that you might not already be free from. I am here today to talk to you about an eagle who stirs up her nest, to explain to you what that means and why it means and what's going on in our lives, and not only in our lives but in America also, because America is being stirred up. Some things are being stirred up in your life, and this whole concept comes from getting out of your comfort zone. And nobody knows how to get you out your comfort zone like that but God. God can get you out your comfort zone in a way that nobody else can. This will be coming to you from Deuteronomy 32, verse 11, and Exodus verses chapter 12. Yes, and I will tell you all about it right after this. If you notice, I got this eagle on my shirt because my wife gave it to me because of the Mountain of Eagles ministry. She said, okay, let me give you something that identifies with you. Okay, listen. Uh, Deuteronomy 32 and 11 says, as an eagle stirred up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, bear them up on her wings. Now, in order for this to make any sense to anybody that I'm talking to, you first have to know how an eagle constructs their nest. First, they'll build the outside with the twigs and everything, like most nests are built. This is called the foundation. You have to have a foundation for anything that you build. Now, what she does, or her and her mate does, they go out, they get sharp objects, thorns, pieces of glass, wire, anything that sticks and pricks. They put that all over the bottom of the nest next to the foundation. And they get them, they feel they got enough of these, then they go out and get the soft stuff like cotton, anything that feathers, whatever they could get to make it comfortable, to make it so that the babies won't get hurt. And they do this to protect them. And this is what they do, because as a lot of parents are starting to find out now, kids are so comfortable at home, they home to 30 years old, they still home because they don't want to leave. And I mean, really, when you think about it, how can you blame them? They got car payments, but that's all, insurance. They don't have to worry about washing their clothes, paying the laundromat. They don't have to worry about paying no light bills. They don't have to worry about paying, a whole lot of stuff. They ain't getting no mortgage. They got their rooms that they've been in all their life. So they literally live rent free, so to speak. So they comfortable. There is no need to want to be in a hurry to leave home, right? Now, unlike a lot of people, me and my brothers, we could not wait to get out of my father's house, because my father did what the Eagles did. He made it so uncomfortable in his house that you could not wait to get out of there, get out on your own and do your own thing. Now, and how an eagle does it, what they'll do is, okay, now, as long as they little baby chicks, eaglets, they cool. But now they can tell when they're starting to get bigger, rambunctious, and getting to the point where they're getting too playful, and they could push one another out that nest when neither one of them is there and cause one of them to die. So now it's time to get them ready to leave home. So they'll start removing all the soft materials. And once they remove all the soft materials, the only thing left is the sharp, sticky, prickly things, the wires, the glass, the thorns. And you can't get comfortable. So now they're trying to get out of this nest because it ain't comfortable anymore. So what they do is, and the eagles are there with them, when they climb out to try to do what they see their parents do, they get out and they trying to, but they just don't know how. And then, and you know what? Oh, this is God trying to tell us how He does us. When that eagle is step out there on faith, and the earth is racing up toward him, and he think, oh, it's all over but the shouting. Next thing he know, up under him comes the eagle. Open the wings and just glide them back up into the nest. That's how God does us. When we step out on faith and we we think it's all over but the shouting, that's when He swoops in, catches us, and brings us back to safety. And they'll do this over until the eagle gets the hang of it and realize, I don't have anything to fear because mommy gonna catch me, daddy gonna catch me. And with us, I don't have anything to fear because God gonna catch us. Because I'm stepping out on faith to do what I was called to do. Now, they're not doing something they wasn't called to do. They was called to fly. They're eagles. They was born to fly. So they not tempting God in what they're doing. They're doing what they was called to do. You called to do whatever God gave you the ability to do, gave you the gift to do. If it's to sing, sing. If it's to preach, preach. If it's to build a business, build a business. But sometimes you can be afraid because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to take place. So you'd rather stay in your comfort zone, stay on that job. At least on this job, I got a steady income. At least on this job, I got insurance if one of the kids gets it to pay for it, or I can pay my. I mean, I'm struggling. I don't have any leftover money, but at least I'm making it. But God said, if you step out here on faith, you'll have more than enough. Because I'm here to help you. I will catch you if you fall. But until you try a few times and realize He's there to catch you, you'll always be living in that state of fear, because we were not given the spirit of fear, but of love and sound mind. I'm here today to tell you God is waiting to catch you if you just get out of your comfort zone and step out there on faith. Now, you have to understand something. The example of this is in the Bible. Let me take it here. And verse 40 it says, now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the self same day it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. Now it had been prophesied that they would go down there, that this would take place. Now here's the whole thing. They were never supposed to stay there forever. They was only there for a certain amount of time. God had, matter of fact, they was only there for their protection, because Israel was a nation, 72 people, not enough, because the other nations were looking at them that had millions of people in their nations, and they were looking at Israel, looking at their money, looking at their wealth, and they were saying, that could be ours. All we got to do is defeat them and take care of them. And so God in His infinite wisdom said, I need to put them in a place where they could be protected like a babe in an incubator until they become big enough to be able to take care of themselves. So He put them in the land of Egypt. And because of Joseph, they had it going on long. When Joseph was alive, man, they was in favor of Pharaoh. They had the best land. They had everything, they wanted it. And they got comfortable. And God said, okay, it's 2 million of y'all. Now, these numbers vary, depends on who you talk to, but we're going to use 2 million here. It's 2 million of y'all. You're big enough to be a nation now. You're big enough to defend for yourself. You're big enough to stand, big enough to fight. So it's time for you to move. But God couldn't just tell them to leave what they know, because these guys don't want to go nowhere. I got it made. You know the story. Even when He got them out of there, they kept talking about they should have stayed in Egypt. So if He had to try to get out anywhere. So what He did was, God decided to move all the soft stuff and that the glass, the thorns, the things that stick them and make it uncomfortable. So they wanted to get out of Egypt, made it so they would have to build bricks, have to build bricks with no straw. They have to go get their own straw. They had to do all that, and the taskmaster worked them harder and harder till they started to call on the name of the Lord to deliver them from them. Now God said, okay, now y'all, you're ready to get out your comfort zone. So he at this time he got Moses in there doing what he got to do because they were never supposed to be there. Sometimes we get to the point we think we supposed to stay somewhere forever, but that was never the plan. There are some places we're in our comfort zone and we can never go where God wants to take us because we just, oh man, it's too good here. I don't want to go there. That means I might have to take a chance. That means I might have to risk something. That means I might have to give up something. I might have to give up my favorite program on TV. I might have to give up some old friends that keep holding me back. I might have to give up. I really don't want to do that because it's comfortable here. God makes it when it get like that, he'll make it so uncomfortable for you that you have to get up and move. Have to get up. And some of we get so used to the pain that we just stay there. Like this farmer. It's a Sean Selman walked up on this farmer one day, and the dog was on the porch just ow, ow, ow. And then Sean's man was saying, "What's wrong with that dog?" He said, "Well, the dog is laying on attack." He said, "Well, why don't the dog move?" He said, "Because the dog hurt bad enough yet." You know, and that's what's wrong with a lot of us. We'd rather lay there and moan and complain about the pain, the hurt, and the suffering, but we're not willing to get up and do something different to change it and make life better for ourselves. You know, I watch a lot of sports, and I tell you something. It's amazing. Some of these athletes, they'll realize, you know, I need to drop 10, 15 pounds. I need to change my diet. If I want to get to where I want to go, if I want to be better, then I got to get out this comfort zone. Yeah, I love my milkshakes. Yeah, I love my hamburgers. Yeah, I love these things. But these things are keeping me from going here. And if I want to get here, I need to get rid of these things. There's been, look, Michael Vick can tell you some of them friends you need to leave behind. Think about it. Michael Vick had all the money, had all the glory, all the fame, and when they got busted for the dog betting scheme, the only one went to jail for was him, because the so-called friends he had sold him out and left him with nothing. Mike will tell you some of them friends you need to leave behind. He didn't want to get out of his comfort zone. That was his comfort zone. He'll tell you he could have been a far greater football player if he would have made the sacrifices necessary. He didn't start making the necessary sacrifice until he went to Philadelphia, and by then he was getting past his prime. And I'm just telling that to tell you this, is some of us sitting out there, God has given us the gift, we got what we need, we just don't want to leave some of our friends behind, we don't want to make the sacrifices necessary. You know, I've heard people say, oh, I can't go to this meeting tonight because my favorite program on. That, look, they got a record button on there. You can record and come back and watch it later. But what's gonna change? What's on that program is gonna change your life. What's on that program is gonna make your life better. Is there anything they doing is gonna change what's going on with you? You know, somewhere along the line, the eagle that stirs up his nest is because it's time to make a change. It's time to do something different. You're getting too big for the nest. You need to get out and do something different. We got kids home now that never want to leave home. Like I said, my dad had it with, boy, look, I was still in high school when I left home. I was about to graduate in a few months, but I already had my own place. I had my own job. I had all this because me and Dad, we couldn't stay in the same house no more. Two kings in one house will not work. I'm telling you now. If you don't want to deal with the rules and regulations, you need to get out on your own, make your own rules and regulations, which is what we did. We all got out early. And God is telling us right now in this country, everybody's saying, just going. God is stirring up stuff in this country because there's some changes need to be made. That people have gotten so comfortable that people can kill people, get away with it, nothing's done about it. There's so much corruption in this country that it's ridiculous. The President of America can have just incite an insurrection and nothing's done about it. Do you know the founding fathers that somebody would have got shot because of that? But I digress. I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about change. I'm here to talk about an eagle stirring up his nest to get you to fly. God has put in every one of you the ability to fly like an eagle. He told you he'll bear you up on wings of eagle. If you trust and believe on him, you running out faint. You're running out get weary, you're walking out faint. All you have to do is trust and believe in God. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something different. You know what? And the worst part about it, it don't have to be a great thing. It could be a little bit at a time. But if you do a little bit at a time, every day, before you know it, you'll be living like you want to live and not like somebody else wants you to live. The eagle is stirring up your nest, stirring up the nest right now to get you out your comfort zone. All you got to do is jump out the nest and see, won't God catch you? God will never, he said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I won't let anything harm you. If you get out of your comfort zone, if you allow yourself to climb out that nest, he said, look, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of man what I have prepared for those who love me. But you'll never find it if you stay in the nest, if you stay in the comfort zone. Sometimes, look, when the church first got started, God had told all his disciples, you need to go out and teach the gospel in the uttermost parts of the world. First in Jerusalem, then to Judea, then to Samaria, the uttermost parts of the world. But they was in their comfort zone in Jerusalem. They was having a ball. They was having church in Jerusalem. Well, to stir up the nest, Stephen had to die. Once Stephen got killed with Paul's blessings, then the church scattered because they didn't want to get killed. They didn't want to die, so they took off and went into every part of the country. Now the gospel was being given out to everybody. They was doing what God had called them to do because they was no longer in their comfort zone. And the church has grown and is still growing because we got out of our comfort zone and let God have his way. God is stirring up the nest. We need to get out of our comfort zone and tell somebody about Jesus who can save anybody because he's stirring up the nest. Look around you. See all the stuff that's going on. God is stirring up the nest. He's pulling the covers off of America to expose it, to let the world know they ain't what they said they is. But we can be the country he wants us to be if we submit ourselves to his will, to his way. From the bottom of my heart, I say, yes, Lord, I'm yours completely through and through. Not my will be done, but thy will be done. Because you are the one and only living God, the great I am. And I just love you today, Lord. God bless you. God keep you. God watch over you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. And listen, leave a comment. Looking forward to talking to you again. God bless you. Listen, get out your comfort zone right now. Don't wait. Do it today. Get out your comfort zone and see, won't God do what he said he'll do. Amen.